How does a woman become so powerful that 2,000 years later people are still arguing about whether she was a genius or a monster? How does a queen lose her kingdom but somehow keep her legend? And why does the name Cleopatra still make people uncomfortable? Your Majesty, thank you for joining us.
You make it sound like I was difficult to find.
History certainly has not stopped looking for you.
History has been obsessed with me for centuries. Sometimes I think Rome conquered Egypt simply so they could spend the next 2,000 years talking about me.
Let's start at the beginning. When your father died, you were supposed to rule Egypt alongside your younger brother. Instead, your own family turned against you. Your throne was threatened. Your life was threatened. Did you ever think you might lose everything?
Of course I did. The difference is that I never accepted it. People talk about my story as though it begins with Caesar. It doesn't. It begins with a young woman surrounded by enemies, abandoned by allies, and expected to quietly disappear. That was never going to happen.
You sound very certain.
I survived my family. After that, everyone else felt manageable.
Then Julius Caesar arrives. And suddenly one of the most famous stories in history begins. Did you really have yourself smuggled into his palace wrapped in a carpet?
Every interviewer asks that question.
Because it's a good story.
It's a story people tell because it sounds romantic. The reality was far less glamorous. I was fighting for my throne. I needed an audience with the most powerful man in Rome. Every door was closed to me. So I found another way inside.
You were 21. Caesar was over 50. Many people believe you deliberately seduced him.
Interesting. Nobody ever asks what Caesar was doing with a 21-year-old queen.
So you're avoiding the question.
No. I'm pointing out the double standard. Whenever a powerful man succeeds, he is called brilliant. Whenever a powerful woman succeeds, people start looking for a romance to explain it.
That's not a denial.
And that's not evidence.
Fair enough, but Caesar helped restore you to power. You had a son together. Surely there had to be genuine feelings involved.
People always want history to become a love story. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. What I felt for Caesar was respect, admiration, gratitude. Beyond that, I will let historians continue arguing. They seem to enjoy it.
Then Caesar is assassinated. And suddenly your most powerful ally is gone. Were you frightened?
I was angry. Rome had a habit of turning ambition into violence. Caesar's death was tragic. But it was not surprising.
And then came Mark Antony.
Yes. Then came Mark Antony.
History remembers him as a warrior, a general, a politician. What do you remember?
I remember chaos. I remember someone who could walk into a room and somehow make every carefully crafted plan slightly worse.
That sounds suspiciously affectionate.
It probably is.
So was it love, or was it another alliance disguised as romance?
You really don't know when to stop, do you?
I'm asking because people still debate it.
People debate everything. Yes, at first there was politics. There would have been no way around that. We were rulers. Everything in our lives was political. But eventually, something changed.
What changed?
For the first time in my life, I found someone who looked at me as a person before he looked at me as a queen.
And that mattered?
More than I expected. More than I wanted.
People said the two of you spent your days celebrating while Rome prepared for war.
Rome was always preparing for war. That was hardly new.
Did you know it would end badly?
Empires don't collapse all at once. First comes fear. Then suspicion. Then betrayal. And eventually everyone pretends they knew what was going to happen all along.
Were you afraid when Antony died?
Don't do that.
Do what?
Ask about him as if he was just another political strategy.
So you really loved him?
Yes, I did.
What was the hardest part?
Realizing that the one person who made me imagine a future beyond survival was gone. Kings die. Queens die. Kingdoms fall. I understood all of that. But grief. Grief was something entirely different.
After Antony's death, Octavian came for Egypt. He wanted to parade you through Rome as a trophy. Is that true?
Yes.
And you refused?
I had ruled a kingdom. I had negotiated with kings. I had stood beside the most powerful men in the world. I was not about to spend my final days as somebody else's victory parade.
One final question. Were you a ruthless mastermind who manipulated powerful men? Or were you simply a powerful woman that history never forgave?
Funny. After all these centuries, people are still asking Rome's question. Perhaps the better question is this. If I truly lost, then why is it my name you still remember?
And that might be the most Cleopatra answer possible. So, let's settle a 2,000-year-old argument. Was Cleopatra history's greatest female ruler, or history's greatest PR disaster?